What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see in the title, I'm wanting to recreate Miss Taylor Swift's Bejeweled music video look. The Eras tour is in full swing, and I feel like I've seen a lot of tutorials for this look on TikTok, but I have yet to see a long form one on YouTube, so I decided to make one myself. And for this tutorial, we are using all ColourPop products. I know that she used Pat McGrath makeup in her music video, but I do not have the money to afford Miss Pat McGrath. It's so exciting that the tour has finally started. I myself am seeing Miss Taylor Swift in August, and I'm so excited, so I just felt like this video was super fitting. So let's get to it. So Pat McGrath started Taylor's look by using a navy pencil liner, but I do not have a navy one. I have a very dark blue cool tone creme gel liner. This one is called Floater from ColourPop. It's from the NBA collection. And the first step we're going to do with this creme gel liner is we're going to start drawing the shape of our eye look with it. It's okay if it's smudgy, don't worry about it being perfect. We're just drawing the arch at the top and then drawing the wing to attached to the first line we drew. And you know what's funny? The only ColourPop product that I would need for this look is the other creme gel liner in the shade Swerve, but I don't have it. So this is the only thing that I'm using that's not ColourPop for this eye look. This is the NYX pencil liner stick in Pitch Black, and we're just gonna go over that same line we drew in blue to add some dimension. It's okay if it's smudgy, we're going to blend this out a little bit anyway. Now taking an angled brush, we are going to start smudging the wing right here and moving the pencil around just to get the two colors to blend together. You can see how on this eye we're starting to have a nice blend come together, and we're just doing the bottom and going upward to kind of keep the shape on the bottom and having the blend go up towards our brow bone. And we're also alternating between a pencil brush, so at the top getting the two to come together. And we're just going to repeat the steps using the same pencils and the same brushes just so we still have a blend, but there's still kind of a line going on in our structure. The line's going to be more stark on the outer corner, and then it's going to kind of blend more in our inner corner. So the outer corner is a bit more clean than the inner corner, so we're just going to be taking a damp Q-tip. You can use water or a makeup remover, and we're just going to start about the middle of the eye and just follow the line that we've already drawn just to clean it up a bit more. Now that we have our structure put down with our pencil liners, let's move on to the powder shadows. First, I'm going to be using the In the Springs palette, and in this palette I'm going to be using the shade Hole in One. It is a darker navy shade. If you don't have this palette, you can also use Matte About Hue. I think the darkest shade in the blue column type A would also work. So using a small fluffy brush, I'm going to be dipping into this navy shade, and I am working on filling in this outer corner and going out and blending. I'm just starting with patting motions just to get the color in there, and then I will move on to patting and swiping motions. I just want to warn that you're going to want to work a little bit slower when working with this navy shade, especially if you're a beginner, just because it is such a dark shadow and it can change your look so quickly. Make sure to be patient with yourself so that you don't mess it up. I'm someone that struggles with a heavy hand, so I like to remember that the heaviest my hand can be is the closest to my eye, and as I work my way out, I add less and less pressure so that the blend blends into my skin. The next shade that we're going to do is a very pretty light blue. I'm going to be using the Super Shock Shadow in Peeps Blue from the Peeps collection. Look how cute this packaging is, by the way. I didn't take it off because I love it so much. It even has a holographic bunny on the lid. Isn't that adorable? I know this one isn't sold anymore, so just to describe it, it's moderately cool toned. It's a light blue with a sparkle finish, and it has flecks of pink and lavender micro sparkle in it. It's very, very bright. And when using Super Shock shadows, I like to take my finger most of the time to apply it first off. So here it is on my finger, and I'm just gonna put this straight down the middle on my eye. And now I'm taking a flat rounded shader brush, and I am just blending the shimmer into my matte. Oh my god, this blue, y'all, it's already looking so good. After I first set down the blue, I repeated the same steps twice just to make sure that the blend was how I wanted it to be, and you can keep repeating those steps until you get the blend that you want. Then I was stunned to learn that she used a bronze shimmer shade as well, so I am taking Warm Up Guys Super Shock Shadow from the Muppets collection. Before I forget, this packaging is also super cute as well. You see Fozzie Bear on there. That is just adorable. And here is what the Super Shock looks like in the pan. And again, we are just going to be taking our finger, loading it up. This is what it looks like. And this is going on the inner part of our lid right there, overlapping with the blue. Taking a clean, rounded, dense shader brush just to really get that blend going in between the two, and still packing on a shadow. I would have never guessed that they used a bronze shade in this look. So when I found out about that, I was legitimately shook. And that is because they used an emerald shade like right on top of it. So we're going to be using the Yay Super Shock shadow, also from the Muppets collection, also in super cute packaging. And this time it's Kermit. Look how cute. He's in a little Christmas hat and everything, and his little decal. Ugh, I love it. This shade is described as a true green with a golden duochrome finish. We're going to be using a flattened, dense, rounded shader brush and just packing it on there. I wore this shade to a wedding and I honestly fell in so much love with it after I did it. I don't typically wear greens, but this one made me really like it. And we're just going to go directly over the bronze and going up into our crease just a little bit more, blending it out. The shade that they used on Taylor was described as an emerald green. I feel like this still takes the cake though. And Super Shock shadows just blend so beautifully on the eye. It's one of my favorite formulas. My face has so much glitter on it right now. I am so happy that I'm someone that does eyes first and not face first, because I don't know how y'all do that sorcery for real. Okay, actually before I complete the eye look, I'm going to talk a little bit about her blush in the music video as well. She's wearing a very bright coral blush in the music video, also Pat McGrath, but let's do a ColourPop version of it. I'm going to be using the blush stick She Devil and the pressed powder blush in Retro. Retro is a more darker red looking blush, so I'm using She Devil to kind of bring more coral tones out into it. This is for sure a coral blush from the Snitchery collection, and I'm just going to go right on top of my cheek like so. It's very, very light, but it's definitely coral. And we're just gonna go up top and blend it out. And before I add Retro, I'm gonna put on the rest of my cream products and then put it on top. Okay, now that my concealer and my setting powder is on, I'm taking a angled blush brush with Retro, tapping off as much as I can, and with the lightest hand ever, I'm just going over the blush I put on before my concealer. And just because ColourPop pressed powder blushes are so pigmented, I take a big fluffy brush and I just make sure it's really blended into my skin. Now let's get back to the eyes. Now we're going to be taking the Lilac You a Lot palette for the lower lash line. I'm taking an eyeliner brush and I'm dipping into the shades Filtered and Ghosting, going back and forth, tapping off the excess, and we're just going all along the lower lash line, setting the color down. And now that we set the color down, I'm just taking a smudger brush and I'm just smudging the purple we just set down so that it blends underneath my eye. And you can also take a pencil brush as well. And then I am going back into the In the Springs palette and I'm going into this champagne-y shade in there with my pinky. This one is called Prick Me, and I'm going in my inner corner just to bring a little extra shimmer to this look. And then I'm taking a fluffy brush and dipping into the same shade and going above the emerald green we have just to add more sparkle because we're bejeweled. You can see how I'm flicking it just above the green part and also having it in my inner corner. Here's the difference of with and without that champagne shade. I think it makes such a big difference because I love a bright inner corner, but you do you. And for lip, I'm taking the lippy pencil and the lippy stick in Oh Snap and I'm applying that. I would describe Oh Snap's shade as a pinky nude. It's very mid-tone. And I'm just gonna go over this with a clear gloss. And then you just pop on your favorite mascara and or add some falsies and you have the final look. I just want to wear this all day, every day. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification if you want to see when I post videos. Thank you so much for being here, and best believe we're still bejeweled.